Hi class, so I'm going to make a quick video to show you how to use the online classroom design tool. And it is through a program called Kaplan. They do lots of things like sell furniture and lots of things for design when it comes to creating real classroom spaces. But we are going to use a feature that they have called the floor planner. So when you click on the link, you will be directed to this homepage. You're going to scroll down and right away it says design your own classroom space, and you're going to click on get started. From here, I have set up an account for our classroom. And so you are going to type in child development 148. So it's three separate things: child space, development space 148, capital C, capital D. And then here is the password. You are going to type in CHLD, all capitals, 148, no spaces. And that will be posted in Canvas as well, so you can refer to that. Okay, from here, you are going to then be put into the floor planner for our classroom. And you are going to come down here and it's going to say new room. And you're going to click on this big blue plus sign. And this is where it gets interesting. So I know this might feel overwhelming to some of you or scary to some of you if you're not used to using online software. I don't even know how this program fully works and all the things it can do. I'm going to show you the most simple, basic things that you can do for completing the assignment. So first thing you need to do is just X out of this box. I'm showing you what you need, so don't worry about reading through all this, although you're of course welcome to. You're adults, you can do what you want. But I'm going to go ahead and X it out, and then it gives you automatically a blank classroom. So the first thing I'm going to do is, if I'm thinking about a classroom, I'm going to make it bigger because it would be hard to cram all the things that I'm going to ask of you into this space. So I'm just going to make it pretty wide here so that, and I'm doing this by clicking when it turns into this little plus sign. I'm clicking on it, it highlights the wall blue. I click and hold it down, and then I can drag it to make it bigger. Okay, this is your menu options here. This can add different areas of floor space, but what I think is probably the easiest is if we just expand the floor space it provides for you. You're welcome to play around with it. It's completely up to you. I'm just showing you the basics here. From here, you can click on this little house and it says construction. And this is going to give you your basic elements that go into a building, like doors and windows. Those are most important. I'm going to create a very simple layout. You, again, can do something more fancy if you would like. But I'm going to click on a door because we definitely need to get into our classroom. And I'm going to pick a door. So I click on it and it pops up in the middle of my screen. I then click and hold down and I can move it to where I want our front door to be for our classroom. Okay, so that's how you add doors. If I want to do windows, what I'll do is I'll go back on this arrow here because I'm still on the construction, but I'm going to go back and now I can click windows. And from here I'll click, I can add a window. Okay, maybe I want one more somewhere else because I want there to be ventilation and those kinds of things. Okay, from here I'm going to add some interior elements. So that just means like your furniture and the supplies that you would actually use for a classroom. And so depending on if you're doing a preschool or if you're doing an infant, toddler, childcare, you've made that decision already before you design your classroom, but you might want to use these menu options that they have, or you can look at all the options, it's fine. If I think about what a classroom usually has, right, they'll have like a carpet. And so I'm gonna pick a big carpet where everybody could probably sit on, and I'm gonna put that in my classroom, I think. Oh, of course. Oh, there we go. Like, where is it? Okay, so we've got a carpet that kids could sit at. Then I'm gonna go back with that arrow a few times to get back to the menu. And then maybe I need a reading area, right? So maybe I want like a little couch. Oh, now it added my blue rug too. Okay, well, don't worry about that. So I'm gonna put a little couch here. I'm gonna go back. Maybe we need some cubbies, right? We need some cubbies for when the kids come in, they have a place to put their things. So that's gonna go there. You're going to design, based on some instructions that I give you, different areas of your classroom. I do not expect that your classroom will be, you know, perfect or exactly sort of exactly what could work in real life. This is just to get you thinking about the space, how you'd organize it to make different sections of play areas, what you would need to include if you're going to add some different, not only safety elements that I'll outline in the Canvas instructions, but also, you know, combinations of soft spaces and hard spaces like the flooring or the carpet, some area for a daily health check, areas for storage for staff and for kids. You're also going to have some program curriculum ideas in there. So that means like areas that help develop social emotional health in children, areas for language development, gross motor, cognitive, those kinds of things. So those will all be outlined in Canvas as to the different elements you need to add. And then you are going to design your classroom based on those instructions. Then comes the time when you need to save it. So let's say I'm finished with my classroom. This is literally the most boring classroom that any child has ever been in. But let's say I like the way it looks. Okay, I have finished my design. And so again, you're going to want to give yourself a little bit of time so that you can maybe do this in one sitting. I think that that would be easier, but obviously it's up to you. But you're going to come over here to this little icon that has these 3 dots connected, and you're going to click it. And it is going to immediately give you a link. This link is what will send me a picture of your project. So the link is already highlighted because you can see that it's blue. So what you're going to do is you're going to click Control, hold Control down and click C. That's going to copy the link. And then my suggestion is to immediately go to your email, create a new email, and in the content of your email, push Control, hold it down, and V, and it will paste your link right into an email. And then you can, like, I'll just send it to myself. I'll say classroom design, and I'm going to send it. And now I'll have that in my email for later when I need to refer back to it. From there, you'll have that link saved. So again, you're just going to save it and send it to yourself. But then you'll be able to go and copy it and then paste it into your Canvas assignment when you're actually ready to submit your assignment. When you're submitting your assignment, you're going to paste the link to your class, your online classroom, and then you're going to describe your classroom to us. You can do that either by writing it out And you're gonna write it out like you're kind of giving us a little tour of your classroom, and make sure you include the elements that I've asked you to include in the design. Make sure you mention those in your description. Or you can use that link and pull up the picture of your classroom, and you could do a video showing us your classroom, and just either on a video submission or an audio submission, give us a description of your classroom, and make sure that you incorporate the design elements that I asked you to incorporate in your audio or video description. So that's up to you. Okay, so that gives you just a little highlight. When it's time to close this down, I believe that you can go here and click snapshot and click save. And you're going to click 3D regular. And it might save it, but the problem is I just don't know if we can all save different ones. Again, I haven't used this before because normally this is something we do together in our groups in person, and we use the classroom supplies, and it looks just very different. But I know that because I've tried this out a few times. So if you decide to make your classroom online, just come down here once you've finished and make sure you do the link. And the link should save it so that you would be able to view it again. Okay, if we have any issues with this, please don't worry, don't stress about it. Again, I'm trying it out for the first time because I'm having to kind of think differently about how we do this assignment, since we're all online and we're not together. But you also have option 2. So if you would like to do option 2, that is also completely acceptable as well. But this is one option if you want to do your classroom design online and you like using computers and some of the interesting features that it has here. It's fun to play around with. So anyway, don't stress about it. You have 2 options for a reason. Choose whichever suits you best. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me at my email, or come into office hours. That's probably going to be an easier way for us to navigate this if you are wanting to do an online classroom. It would be very hard for me to describe a lot of things in an email for this assignment, but again, we can also schedule a Zoom time to work together if you would like that as well. Thanks.